Hi guys, it's your girl Eva Storm XOX. Here we are in Alberta, Beaverlodge. It's a little bit chilly right now and lots of snow, but it definitely stays a lot brighter than it does in BC. It'll hit like 9 o'clock and you'll be like thinking it's still like 5 o'clock and you check your time and you're like, oh wait, it's quite late. Oh, let me take my bag away. You're putting it on your face.
When we come up on Monday, remind me to bring
Hi, sweetie pies. You guys are so cute. Chevy.
That's all I gave her.
Hi, beautiful. You're so sweet.
Yeah, I fed them all the ham.
Hello, hello.
She fed the cat. I was really hungry last.
You'll see a lot of wildlife outside while you're driving on the roads, deers and all kinds of stuff. Some homemade breakfast for dinner here. So good. My beautiful mom and I are ready for my friend's baby shower. And then this is Justine, Ella, and I. We end up having Chinese food one night. And then we're back on the road driving. You can see the snow has started melting. It's definitely warmed up a bit more here in Beaverlodge, Alberta. The only thing about Alberta is I really miss the mountains when I'm here. Everything is just so flat and it kind of looks all the same across the board, whereas BC's got those beautiful mountains. We enjoyed a really nice hot dog roast here, kind of like Smokies at Chantel and Colin's place. It was so much fun here. You can see all the dogs and kitties playing around in the background. But it was super delicious. I don't remember the last time that I've even done this. It's been ages and it was honestly a lot of fun with everyone. They really do have such a cute little place, such a beautiful little property. Just looks so cozy, full of beautiful nature and trees. Just plenty of space to have fun on, and I am so happy for them. This was my first hot dog from the fire, and then I am ready for a second one because it was delicious. Alright guys, we are back at the Grand Prairie Airport and we are heading back to Abbotsford Airport, so stay tuned. I'll show you everything real quick. The Grand Prairie Airport is very small, everything is super close together and things shut down early. Alright guys, we are just waiting to board our plane in the Grand Prairie here. It's a little bit delayed as there might have been an emergency on the plane. There was an ambulance on the tarmac, so we are just waiting to see when we can safely board our plane and hopefully we'll be in Calgary shortly. Now it is a smaller airport, so we do have to walk on the tarmac in order to get into the plane. These are smaller planes because Grand Prairie is not as big as other destinations. This is a look at what the emergency drills look like, just to get an idea of how to reach safety if certain things happen during your flight. So yeah, kind of cool to be able to see everything. If you've never flown before, they kind of go over this and explain it before the flight takes off, so that way you're aware of everything. guys officially arrived in Calgary. We are late, but hopefully we will still make it on our next flight, so stay tuned, guys. Just a little look at the Calgary airport as we are making our way to the next gate to catch our flight to Abbotsford. They are doing some sort of work in the airport here. You've got a little boom lift on the side there. They're sort of working. But yeah, these are always fun little escalators representing Calgary Flames. So we literally have to make our way to D. Alright guys, we just made it to check-in for our flight on time. It is 11:22 and gates were supposed to close at 11:20. We arrived late, so definitely had to rush it, guys. Thankfully, we even made it on the plane, but it wasn't our fault because that first flight was delayed and the airport would have known. Alright guys, we are in the plane and getting ready to start rolling pretty quick.
Laissez vos articles personnels à bord et suivez l'éclairage de plancher vers la sortie la plus près. If the cabin pressure changes and emergency oxygen is required, a mask will drop from the panel above you. En cas de changement de pression dans la cabine et de besoin urgent en oxygène, le panneau situé au-dessus de vous s'ouvrira et des masques à oxygène en sortiront. Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Tirez le masque vers vous et l'oxygène se libérera automatiquement. Place the mask over your nose and mouth. Placez le masque ne se gonfle peut-être pas, mais l'oxygène circule. Please inform any crew member if you have questions or safety concerns.
Now I'm just here showing you exactly what takeoff and landing looks like. It shows you the whole process of flying. It is not as scary as you might think, and it is really not something to worry about. I think it's probably even safer flying in a plane than driving in a car. And we are about to be up, and away. It picks up some good speed and it's eventually able to lift up into the sky here. You can see how incredibly beautiful the land looks when you start going up in the air. All the lights and everything, it just shines so bright and looks so cool. see, it's actually quite dark here up in the sky. And then we do come across a bit of fog, so it does get even more tougher to see out the window. This part of my video is pretty cool because you can see it's like freezing rain outside. That is how cold it is where we're kind of flying. Now we've actually started descending, so we are going to be coming down to land shortly. You can see the city is getting brighter, it's getting closer, and that runway is getting near us. Now it was a little stressful flying this trip because we kept having changes to our trip and the times and delays and, you know, adding in 3 flights instead of 2 flights, and, you know, there was a lot of stress around that, but I'm glad, you know, we made it there. We arrived safely on the ground again here in Vancouver, BC. So overall, pilots were awesome. The flight attendants of WestJet were wonderful. I just wish that they were a little bit more organized with their flights and more prepared. Some of the seating was really silly as well. They changed some of our spots on the flight, trying to balance the plane, but we had been a group of 3 people, and there was lots of single people on the flight where they should have changed the position of them versus changing a group of 3 of us. It just seemed really silly and not quite the best choice of where to place us on the plane. I think that was really poor thinking, but anyways guys, I'm just glad we made it back. We've landed here. We're back on Vancouver, I guess not Vancouver, but Abbotsford airport here. Alright guys, we landed. We are in Abbotsford airport now, and just gonna go grab our luggage and then we can head home. It's under construction in here guys, so a little fencing here to block off certain areas. This is the luggage rolling track here in Abbotsford. Alright guys, so I found my luggage on the rolly rack. Take a look in front of me here. You can see that's my pink luggage. It's coming. Alright guys, got the luggage. I'm ready to hit the road.